Well, let's talk about Chloe isn't happy. Is not happy with, we get scenes of this. Lucifer is describing his orgy life because we do open up to a fantastic orgy.
And she said she's okay with it.
Is he doing that to make her jealous, or is he doing that because he's really that far gone that he doesn't understand people don't want to hear that if they have previously had a crush on you?
Well, the first episode of this episode was called Everything's Okay. And it was her saying it's fine and him taking that to the extreme. And it's just the same way in terms of, hey, yeah, it's okay if you want to talk to me about your personal life, but he's never really had a personal life.
But that doesn't answer my question. Is he doing this because he thinks that it's okay? Or is he doing this to rub it in her face?
I think he has no idea that it's actually upsetting her.
Okay.
He does seem to have, so if we broke down Lucifer and removed the Satan aspect of him, that angel demon aspect, you would at the very least say that he's on the spectrum when it comes to personality. He's not
he
aware
doesn't have a high EQ.
of a lot of things. His emotional quotient is very low. He's not very aware of how he's making people feel at times, and he is often shocked by, oh, I didn't realize that would make you feel uncomfortable or hurt,
Right.
or sad,
or anything. I didn't know you would have a reaction to that.
Exactly. Why do you have a reaction? So, if nothing else. And so I believe that Lucifer is very unaware of his effect on Chloe because he tends to also be selfish, which is his true nature, and only thinks of things in accordance to himself. He's gotten much better over the years. However, he's still...
But also, he got his closure, but that doesn't mean that she got hers.
Clearly, she didn't.
And he doesn't think about it in terms of that. He thinks whatever closure is, and he got whatever he needed to be able to be like, okay, Eve, you're my girlfriend now, but that doesn't mean that Chloe's going to be, coming relatively unscathed out of their partnership that turned romantic.
The other thing on top of rubbing it in her face that he is having all of these orgies, the other scene with them that I really loved was the gift exchange scene when he gives her the wrong gift because it was just so ludicrous, and we can talk about the other side of that as well, but the doll and then him not just saying, oh, oops. This is why I do think he knows what he's doing a little bit. He didn't say, oh, oops, I meant to give that to Eve. He tries to backtrack because he knows he's in the doghouse if he just says this was for Eve. So he tries to say, no, this was for you and Dan.
For the precinct.
Right.
We're all going to share it.
It actually made me think of something. Lucifer does not lie, and yet here's a little white lie.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And this is how I know his EQ is growing, at least, that he is able to sense how Chloe is feeling, interpret it, and try to keep her from feeling pain. He's not great at it, but he is trying. And we also got my favorite line of this entire series so far in this scene. It was not from either Lucifer or Chloe. However, it was from, it was not from Dan or Chloe. It was from Lucifer when he says, have you ever been to a sex party, Daniel? We don't pass notes to each other. I don't know why that hit me so funny. Maybe it was Tom's delivery or what, but it's just like me picturing Dan's idea of a sex party. Like, do you think he's saying like, oh, I'll meet you at this place, sex party? Go what? Oh, it's so good.
It's
so
like
good.
it's like they have those silent discos. It's like a silent orgy.
Yeah.
Everyone's wearing headphones and passing notes. I felt like an idiot in this copier scene episode because I'm like, oh no, that just means that Chloe's going to get her copier. And then it goes to the second.
You thought that he was sending Eve a printer?
I was dumb. I was
Such
really
a good
dumb.
person, Steve.
I'm glad that you admitted that out loud, though, so we can make fun of you forever.
Forever.
I
That's
was just
so
like,
sweet.
oh man, they both got copiers.
I,
That's
on the other hand, as the POS that I am, was like, no, like I felt that situation.
Yeah.
I felt that in my core. Like,
You
oh,
felt bad
no.
for Lucifer there.
I felt bad for Lucifer. I was like, no,
No.
I don't want. Now
it's
that
such a
I have to
player
admit out loud.
situation, though.
It is.
It's great the different take they've taken on a very common like utilization of that play in writing. Because usually it's like the guy sends it and the wife finds out because he sent the wrong card to the wife and the wrong thing to the girlfriend. But this is like so different.
This
but
is a
so
copy machine, which by the way was very clever. Mm-hmm. That was very clever.
That
Smart.
was so cute.
It was kind of
When you
cute.
plug
How
it
many
in,
times
ever.
And how many times can I make? Okay, and then you find out why.
But when you see
Taylor
this,
Swift actually did that with her ex. That's how she
Okay.
wrote the song. We're never, ever, ever,
Good
ever,
one.
ever
getting back together.
Yeah.
I thought that this was, because you've asked Tehran a couple of times on this show so far, do we think that he and Eve are right together? And I thought that this was a perfect example of how him and Chloe are better together, because think about the gift that he got her versus what he got Eve. In his mindset there, you know, Eve, yes, the sex is fire. It seems like they are super connected that way, and that is important. But to get her a sex doll is such a different kind of gift than the kind of thought it would take someone like Lucifer to put into getting a printer and having it set up so that it's printing out this, I'll never let this happen again. It's just, it's making him into a more well-rounded person.